Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on April the 22nd, 2021. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. All right, so Coming up on Thursday here, we do have Euro monetary policy statement from ECB, as well as the press conference, not looking for them to change interest rate. And actually for the Bank of Canada statement, there are no changes, but basically the problem with the biggest problem in Canada is the real estate prices going through the roof because of the interest rates being so low. And basically at this point, they're not going to change the monetary policy to address that, but they will change other things. So they're going to put some taxes and stuff on foreign buyers and whatnot to manage the market. So with the ECB here, same thing. We're not expecting interest rate change here. The comments will be the important part. If they're going to stick to the monetary policy and not make any changes, or at least not tighten it, that would be good for the markets. But if they start tightening the monetary policy, which again, like I said, I don't expect that. If they tighten it though, then that would be positive for euro. If they loosen it more, if they're providing more stimulus, that would be negative for euro. And then we also have consumer confidence numbers here for the Eurozone, as well as unemployment claims here for the US. Right now, they are supposed to go up. Now, actually, aside from that, another thing to keep in mind here is the increase in the coronavirus numbers. So we are seeing another wave of COVID cases right now, especially in the Asian countries as well. So Japan is talking about declaring state of emergency, and in Canada, definitely we are back into lockdowns and stuff. So with the increase in COVID cases, that is a negative thing. We did see the market sell off, but then again, there is more positive news that has come out that our buyers have come into the market, I should say, for the stocks and so forth. Buyers came into the market and pushed the market higher again. But the concern around the COVID cases is what's causing the markets to drop right now, but expect volatility at the moment. So vaccinations are going up across the board. However, because we haven't reached that point where the number of cases are decreasing, we're seeing another increase. So again, just everywhere, the COVID cases, number of COVID cases, the new variants are increasing, and the new variant seems to be more infectious, and as a result, the COVID cases have gone up. And with the different places going back into lockdowns and stuff, that is causing the markets to be so volatile right now. And that is likely to continue till we actually see any sort of positive result from the vaccinations. All right, so let's go on to our charts here. We'll start off with euro dollar here. So this is basically the case across the board here. We saw US dollar do well today initially, and then the buyers came in and pushed the market higher. At this point, this is looking, this one shows rejection here of the support. So we have the opposite move of what we saw here. So basically at this point, price has rejected the high and the low. So this is the range it has established. At this point, I'm looking for a move towards 1.2050 and then 1.2080 back into the high. So if the price is able to get through the resistance here, if it doesn't get through, I will look for a move back down. But should it break, then we're looking for price to go all the way up there. So bias right now is neutral for euro dollar. Pound dollar, this one dropped as well. But again, with the stock market turning around, this has turned around as well. Right now, neutral bias, price is right into the support here. So neutral for this one here. We just need to see what direction the price picks before we can continue or do a follow through in that. So neutral bias for pound dollar as well. Aussie dollar here, this one again stuck in our range here. We see that price wasn't able to go through the support, and here we are right in the middle of the range. It's been stuck in this range for a while, so I'm looking for price to go higher towards 0.7780. If it doesn't go through, we're back into the range again. So bias here is neutral for Aussie dollar as well. New Zealand dollar here, this one did push through this resistance. So we have a bullish candle close, but it's right into the resistance level at 0.7230. So right now, looking for a retest of that. If it fails, we are back down again. So at this point, neutral to slightly bullish bias. If it goes through that resistance here, so then next target would be 0.7270. Dollar CAD here, dollar CAD looks bearish here, but keep in mind price is into support. So Bank of Canada statement was positive for dollar CAD here, or I should say was positive for Canadian dollar. This is why the dollar CAD has dropped. So we have a nice bearish candle close. So with this one, we do need to see a break. If it breaks, then we're looking for a continuation of this move. So bias is bearish. Again, keep in mind, it is into some solid support level. It has struggled with this. So for this to continue, we need to see that, finally need to see that break. If we do get this break, then this would be nice bearish one. But again, right now, it's not done yet. It's not set up yet. We have to see a break below this and a hold below this for this to continue. So right now, bearish bias with caution though. Next target here, once it breaks out, would be 1.2440. And then below that, we are looking at 1.2400. Silver here, silver finally broke through that resistance here. And now it is into, again, major support resistance level coming all the way from there, but it looks bullish. So in this case, watch out for a pullback towards 26.30. And once it gets through here, 27 is the next target. So silver is looking bullish. Gold as well, looking bullish here. Again, into resistance, but nice bullish candle close. So next target is 1805. And then above that, we're looking at 1815. So bullish bias for gold. Oil here, oil looking bearish. So bias here is bearish, looking for a drop here. And 60.30 is the first target. And then we have 59.50. So bias here is bearish for oil. Copper here did turn around. It's looking bullish. It's right into resistance, but it is looking bullish. So 4.28 is the first target. And then above that, we are back into the highs once again at 4.32. Bitcoin here, Bitcoin closed lower. It hung around for quite some time in this area, but it's looking bearish right now. It's right into the support here. So we could see a further drop back towards 50,270. So that's the target here. Bias is neutral to bearish here for Bitcoin. All right, S&P 500. This is where we saw that initial drop and then quite a move up here, most of it inefficient here. So we had an inefficient move to the downside that got filled again. So right now, prices into resistance here. This is where we are. So we could see a drop here. So I would not be too I'm not overly bullish on it at this point. I'm more on the neutral side because price is just choppy right now. It's just volatile, going back and forth. And at this point, for it to really have a clear direction, it would have to break the high. So for the time being, bias is neutral for S&P 500. NASDAQ here, this one as well, as we can see, price went up, But again, the move is very volatile move here. It was not nice and smooth. So same thing here, price dropped, quite a volatile move. Same thing as we can see here, price dropped, quite a volatile move, and then it went back up again. So a lot of choppiness in the market. So at this point, if it holds below 13,930, we could see a move back down here towards 13,735. So right now, neutral bias here. Once it breaks the high of today, which is 13,930, then we will look for a move back towards the highs here. But right now, I am neutral on NASDAQ. Dow Jones, same thing here. We see price did bounce off, but again, we are into very inefficient move. So all of this is inefficient move. And this is more of an efficient move, but this here is quite inefficient and it got filled. So right now, price is into resistance here. This previous support resistance level. So this inefficient move could get filled. So I'm looking for a drop here, but it's neutral. It doesn't really have a strong momentum to the upside right now. Once it breaks through the resistance though, then it is likely to continue higher. So we just need to give it some time for the market to show us the direction here. For DAX here, price did go through the support level, but now we are back again. So neutral to slightly bullish bias, neutral bias for this one here as well. Again, it does have a nice close on this one. So I would look for a move towards 15,300, and only if it goes through that, then we will look for a continuation higher. But same thing, we had a nice solid close here, but then it turned around. So right now, neutral bias, 15,300 and 15,500 is the next target. And then FTSE here, FTSE held the support and we are back into the range again. So I'm looking for price to go higher here towards the middle and the top of the range. In this case, the first target is back towards 69.50, and then we will look for the next levels higher. So 69.50 is the next target. So neutral bias for FTSE as well. And Nikkei here, this one, same thing. We saw a drop, price pulled back, and now we have that resistance into resistance right here. This one did drop quite inefficiently actually, but right now we'll see if the price holds below 28,875, then we will look for a continuation, but this one could go higher back towards this 29,120, and we could get something like this. So keep an eye out for that. So right now, bias is neutral, just looking for market to settle down. So overall, not a ton of direction in the market currently, just seems to be waiting and it's just shuttling back and forth. So that's it for today. You guys have a wonderful trading day and I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.